compensation. If the salary structure of the employee is fair, is equitable, is just, he will be retained in the organization. So this fair compensation salary structure plays a major role in maintaining the quality of work life within the organization. According to the Payment of Wage Act 1936 and Minimum Wage Act 1948, the interest of the workers regarding the payment of the wages should be clearly understood in QWL. If these wages and the security of the cash is maintained within the organization, there are chances that quality of work lives get affected. It may be maintained, it may not be maintained according to the compensation. This is, however, hefty salaries are being paid in the knowledge workers so that the organization meets the basic and higher level needs for improving their quality of work life. Second factor that affects QWL is safe and healthy working condition. If there is a person who is working in the mine, some coal mine or some diamond mine, and if the person is a managerial level but his physical conditions are not there, so how much the safety and health precautions are being taken within the organization for an employee should be taking a maximum of the role which can maintain the QWL well. In India, Factory Act 1948 contains the numbers of the provision that relates to the safety and the health of the employees. Now, employers are increasingly trying to provide the better working conditions for the worker. Say, for example, there is a guitarist, and now this guitarist, which if the person wants a guitarist to work throughout or work well or to complete the agenda within the limits, so the guitarist should be provided the guitar within the organization so that when he is getting time or when he is getting bored from the work, he may take his guitar and he may play certain tunes and he may get refreshed, he may come back to the work, and now the efficiency or the effectiveness of a person towards the work will get increased. That is the second factor. Now the third factor is opportunity to use and develop human capacity. QWL will be better if the jobs allow sufficient autonomy and control to its employee. Now the worker must be given an opportunity to use his skills and abilities, and he should take initiative in planning and implementation of the work. So he'll get worthy that the organization need the person. How this organization need the person can be maintained. Say, for example, there is any work. So let the person take the initiative. Every time a manager should not take the initiative but entirely a team who may take initiative, or if at all a person think that his skills are being utilized by the organization very well. This is even a factor which plays a major role in fulfilling the opportunities and fulfilling the quality of the life. Next is opportunity to growth and securities. These are two different factors, opportunity to growth and the security of the working. Opportunity to growth is the job enlargement, job enrichment, the promotion or the more rewards what an employee gets within the job. And security is how his job is getting secured. There is an inner desire in every employee for the career progression. If the organization is ready to provide the progression or enrichment of the job to the person, now this enrichment of the job will make the employee worthy that he is working for the betterment of his own self, or his all the skills are being utilized, or his growth is being done in the organization. He'll give more of his quality time as well as his mindset will get increased to reach the standards or to reach beyond the standards within the organization. Second is security. Now this security of working within the organization, say for example, if at all the person may allowed to take the risk, but the risk are on the basis of his losing of the job, or if a person is secured about the job, he'll get freedom of work, and this will be more motivating factor to maintain the QWL. Next factor is social integration in the work organization. Nowadays, organizations are called as second home for human being or the employee. An employee develops a sense of belongingness to the organization where he works. Now, discrimination of the employees on the basis of age, gender, caste, creed, religion, can act as a hindrance in the way of social integration. Workers develop self-respect as a result of social integration, and it improves the quality of work life. Now, if there is no biasness within the organization, say for example there is a job of a sales within the organization. Now there are two members who are equally benefited, or who should be equally benefited, and one is a male, one is a female. Usually glass ceiling is being observed. Glass ceiling is an unseen ceiling of a glass. When you go upward in the organization, that ceiling is being faced depending on the religion, caste, gender, generally by gender. So if a salesperson is female and male, both are there, and one is being liable for getting the promotion, this promotion should be given fairly, not basis on the gender, because a woman cannot go outside the region, or a woman cannot do sales job very well. Now this glass ceiling is to be broken when you wish your organization should have QWL. Next factor is constitution in the work organization. Every employee should be entitled to some privileges such as personal privacy, right to expression, right to equitable treatment, etc. Say for example, every employee think that the level of the working should not get interference when the time of the performance, or when the Diwali benefits are being given, that should not be given on the levels of a person, that should be equally given. Or say for example, Navratri celebration is there within the organizations, there should not be separation of the employees. Those things should be within the organization, so that the quality of work organization, whenever you are keeping your constitution horizontally, and when there are less hierarchy in the organization, quality of work life can be maintained well. Next is work and total lifespan. Certain employees are required to work for late hours, or are frequently transferred or have to do a lot of traveling as a part of their duty. This affects their QWL as they remain away from their family for a longer period of time. Generally, this is the scenario of a marketing person, or the sales head, or the regional sales manager. What happens to the regional sales manager? That person is liable to keep watch on the entire region. That region is not only, say for example, there is a person and whose RSM of West, so entire West including Rajasthan, Gujarat and Maharashtra should be taken, and the person is liable to take responsibility of sales within these three states. Now what happens if a person resides to a distinct place in some of the state, say for example Rajasthan, and the person resides in Jaipur, but how about if the person is supposed to keep the how much sales that the entire company is doing in the Mumbai, so person is continuously has to travel within the country, within that state. So Jaipur to Mumbai, Jaipur to Ahmedabad, Jaipur to Rajkot, every day or twice or thrice within a week, a person has to travel, so that the quality of work life gets affected. And the last factor is social reverence of work life. Now, what does reverence means? Reverence is the gratitude or social, how the society is feeling gratitude over that work life. Those business enterprises which are enlarged in discharging their social responsibility contribute towards the quality of work life. Now, the person should feel worthy and the society should feel worthy that the person is getting good work. This is even important in maintaining quality of work life. How the improvement of QWL is needed. The earlier approach to human resource development emphasized individual development through training and proper supervision. However, with the increased complexity of the organization and the society, it was soon realized that the training individual plays only a limited role in the development of the organization. So there should be something which is to be done by the organization, or the environment is to be provided to the person so that they could work well and their decisions are being considered well and their quality of work life should be maintained. The method used to do so are job enrichment, job design, job intervention, role intervention, job rotation. These all are the things which we discussed in the last lecture. Now, this is very important, that is measures by human resource department to improve QWL. Now, this quality of work life is improved by many of the ways, but there are four basic measures which any HR would take to make improvement in the QWL of the organization. First intervention or first measure is QWL through employee involvement. One of the most common method which is used to create QWL is employee involvement. Now, what happens in this employee involvement? Employee involvement consists of the variety of the systematic methods to get the employees participate within the decision and that affects them and their relationship within the organization. Though employee involvement is a tedious process, or sometimes employee may feel a sense of responsibility or even ownership, and they will feel worthy that this is my organization and I should work qualitatively within the organization. Let us discuss a case study. This is a beautiful case. There was a woman called Martha. Now, this Martha was working in a tobacco producing company in America. Now, what happens to this Martha? That Martha was working within the organization as in a production team since 5-7 years. When she joined the company, her tobacco or cigarette producing capacity was very much. She used to produce like 2,000-3,000 cigarettes per hour. But what happens as the lifespan went, the quality or the quantity or the amount which Martha could produce was decreased like anything. When the HR discussed with Martha what happens to Martha, Martha was getting proper rewards, but she was not satisfied because none of the manager or the production manager was not taking her initiatives. So what the HR did, HR gave responsibilities or HR involved in taking the decisions, and Martha could perform well, and soon she became the production head. So when the employee feel involved with the work, the quality of the work life increases. Next is quality circles. These quality circles are very important and the most effective portion of this QWL. Any organization will take quality circles a priority. Quality circles are small group of employees who meet regularly with their common leader to identify and solve related problem. Whatsoever the problems are there related to the work, there are certain members who are priorly selected. They'll have a leader. So what they are supposed to do, there are bundles of problems in the organization. Now this quality circle is sometimes within the system, within the organization, outside the organization, within the department, outside the department. But these circles are the circles which have their intensity of the working same, or they may have different mindset, but all are effective mindset. They are consist basically of formal, institutionalized mechanism for productive and participative problem solving team. This is nothing but the firehouse of the organization or firefighters of the organization. These quality circles are generally made of 6 to 12 people who perform same task, or they have the same area of responsibility. Say for example, heads or the managers are in this circles, then entire circle should be made of managers like production manager, marketing manager, sales manager, financial manager, HR manager, like this. If in the system developers are there, then software developer, hardware developer kind of people are there. So here they should share the same area of responsibility, or they should be at the same level, and they should have common leader. This group meet on regular basis, usually under the leadership of a supervisor or often a management person. Quality circles operated on the principles that employees' participation in the decision making and problem solving improves the production methods and quality. Now, certain techniques are to be taken, like what they are supposed to do is they should identify problems. Which all are the problem? They should have to brainstorm what the problems may lead to. They should collect the data that how the problem gets solved. Next is the analysis of that data should be done. There should be certain problem solving techniques such as metric should be done, control chart should be there, 3MU approach should be there, 5W approach should be there,